Hey guys, so I'm gonna come at you with another paranormal encounter ghost story thing. So as I said in the video that I did yesterday, I was gonna tell you guys a story about Ghost Cat. We never really gave Ghost Cat a name, but where we were living at the time, I came to a conclusion of the fact that I might know if it was indeed a cat, what cat it would be, so eventually I started calling the cat by the name Angel, which is the cat that I assumed it to be. Now, we were living at my uncle's house at the time, the same like diaphragm thingy that I drew up for you guys yesterday. Same location, same area, or not yesterday, my first Ghost Encounters video. Sorry, yesterday was old apartment. And this actually carries on into the actual apartment that I was living in when I moved out. And, so this carries on into there. So, I actually wasn't the first person to see Angel, Ghost Cat. And, it was one of my friends at the time who, this is actually before I even had Mama, or if you guys have been following me for a while, I used to have this big, white, fluffy cat named Mama, and way before I had Smokey, because I had Smokey before I had Mama. But this cat wasn't white and poofy either. It was just like, it looked like how Smokey had looked. And, so one of my friends was like, oh, I didn't know that you guys had a cat. Sorry, it's really hot in here, and I don't have the AC on because it's really loud, and I'm wearing, like a pleather, latexy kind of top to accentuate the oils. Girls, you're supposed hold on. You guys are supposed to be cooperating with me and squishing together. They're not doing a very good job. My boobs are too far apart. But, so I'm like, oh no, I don't have a cat. I wanted a cat at the time, but I didn't have a cat. They were like, oh, well, I just saw a cat upstairs, and I was like, oh, that's weird because I don't have a cat. So they said they just saw it. They didn't hear like a noise or anything. They just kind of saw the cat run up the stairs to the bathroom. So I discredited it. I was like, oh, whatever. I've been living here for like 6 months already, and I still haven't seen anything. I haven't seen a ghost cat, so whatever. So a few more months goes by after that with no one really seeing anything or hearing anything. And then I'm in the kitchen one day, and I still didn't get Mama yet. Still had no animals in the house. I think I had like a lizard at the time. Definitely not someone who's going to be running around looking like a cat. And, so I'm downstairs in the kitchen, and I turn around to look into the living room, because I think I was like getting ready to turn back into the living room or go out there, something like that. Okay, it's way too hot for this thing. Sweating balls. My hair is black again, guys, by the way, if you didn't notice. So I go back into the living room. Come here, I feel this is fitting for this video. Ugh. Do you have a doggy? So I turn and I go back into the living room, and she's molesting me. And I saw something right across the living room, and I was like, okay, well, what was that? And so I go and look, and I didn't see anything. It was just big, open, empty living room. Buttons. So 2 more days goes by, and I'm hanging out in my room alone. I'm not with Joe yet at this point. Joe and I didn't even know each other at this point, so I was chilling alone in my uncle's house. Still kind of the new girl in my area. I had a few friends. Not too many. So I'm like chilling in my room, and I had the door open, and my bedroom was directly next to the attic. Like, it was attic door, my door. That's how it went. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And so I hear like a kitten meow, not necessarily like a big kitty meow. It's like a little like a kitty. Yes, ma'am. So I'm like, okay. I actually had been talking about wanting a cat with my uncle for a while. It's like, oh, maybe he went out and he got me a cat, because it sounded like it was right there. So I walk around the whole house, and there's no cat. I go outside to see maybe if one got caught in the drain, or maybe one was trying to go into the basement. No, there was no kitty anywhere, no kitty to be found. nothing of sorts. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And it continues on, and I keep seeing, like, the spirit of this cat, and, like, I keep hearing this cat, what is my dog doing? Why are you licking my chin? So, like, I keep, like, seeing things, seeing things and hearing things, and, they were all, like, kitty related, besides the fact that I was seeing, like, Shadow Men and stuff like that. We're just focusing on the kitty right now. So, eventually Joe and I do get together, and around this point, this is when Scumbag comes and stays with me at my uncle's house. So now it's the three of us living there, and I remember one day, Joe, if you remember Nikki and I were hanging out outside, having a smoke, and Joey was upstairs using the bathroom. All of a sudden, Joey darts down the stairs like crazy, runs out the front door, runs to us, and goes, holy shit, I just saw a cat. Now, at this point, I hadn't actually told him about the cat. The only people that knew about the cat were Joe and anyone that had seen the cat, but I didn't really talk about it because I kind of forgot about it because I was so used to it by then. So he was freaking out that he just saw a cat, knowing that I didn't have a cat yet. And, you're gonna fall. And, so I dart upstairs to go see. Joe never, ever saw the cat. He never believed that anyone actually saw it. But people that did see it, a few of them, I had never even told about the cat. So for them to see, or say that they saw a ghost cat and me not say anything, it's just, and I saw it myself, I really believe that there was a ghost cat there. So, went upstairs, nothing there, no sightings or anything. And then, let's fast forward, and I got Smokey. Once I got Smokey, the appearances were a lot more. Not so much with Mama, because I did, like I said, I got Mama before Smokey, but Mama, it didn't really seem like, visual-wise, anyone was seeing anything more than usual, except at times it would seem like Mama was playing with something, or playing with someone, and there was no one there. Like, if you played with her, she would dart around the room and skitter and make little cute noises. Otherwise, she was just being a queen, sitting on her chair, sitting at the window, doing her own little thing. But it was when no one was in the house, and if we were looking through the window, she would just start playing with something. She hated Smokey, so her and Smokey never ever played. Actually, to keep her locked in her, they had this huge cat crate that we had like a whole bunch of like beds and toys and stuff. We had to keep her locked in there when we first got Smokey because she hated him so much. And, so she would just play with something. And then when Smokey came into the picture, we started seeing like a white shadow run across the floor, like the size of a cat. I started hearing more meows. Smokey would meow like he was meowing back at something rather than just like mindlessly meowing, I guess. And it just became more prominent, but it was only a cat. It never really did anything bad or harmful. There was a malicious spirit in there. I don't know what it was. I heard it laugh a few times when people would get really scared at something. I'm convinced it's just a spirit of that house, because when me and my sister were kids, we actually went to go play in the basement one day. We were playing hide and seek, and it was the three of us. And it's okay, it's just the wind. And it was me, my cousin, and her. Sorry. My cousin, my sister, and me, and I, or for all anyone that's going to be me. So my sister and I ran downstairs to go hide, waiting for my cousin to count. The basement was a pretty decent-sized basement. There was like a little room that caught off in the back, and we went to go hide back there, because there's a lot of spots that we could squeeze into, because I'm still really tiny, and we were both really tiny at the time. And while we're back there, it's like someone just took the shelf and shook it, and everything came falling off. We didn't even hit the shelves. We were on the opposite side of the wall from the shelves. We didn't bump into anything. Nothing fell. It just, like, it sounded like someone was going, and then it just, everything started falling everywhere. It scared the fuck out of us. We ran out. I remember hearing a laugh, and Laura was, like, shit scared. So, I believe Like I said, there was a malicious spirit, but I really don't think it had anything to do with Angel. So let's fast forward almost 2.5, 3 years. We move into my old apartment, where I was actually living with Joe and that other cunt face and her cunt face of a girlfriend and that other shitbag. And one night, it was during a week where I was having a severe vertigo attack. Usually, I'll have vertigo attacks and they'll be like super bad for a day or two, or they'll be just bad for like a week. It happens whenever. I can't stop it. I can't control it. It could happen right now and then last for a week, or it happen right now and last for 5 minutes. And this was one of the times where it just so happened to last over a week. But usually it gets like less and less. It's kind of like getting your period for the ladies, where the first few days or the first day or the first 2 days, the cramps are really bad. And then, eventually it starts to fade and stuff like that. So this was one of the first few days where it was really, really bad. And I'm laying in bed, and the way my bed was faced, if I laid on it like head against the wall facing this way, my front door or my door to the bedroom was right there. And there was a hallway light directly in the hall that led to my bedroom door. The light was on. And I see something run across, like where the light was at the bottom of the door. And Buttons and Smokey were both in my room, laying at the edge of the bed. We didn't have mice, we didn't have rats, we didn't have cockroaches. We didn't have anything in the house that would have made a shadow like that. And it looked like 4 paws. It wasn't just like a straight whew shadow, it was like toop, toop, toop. And the only other animal in the house was Bailey, my ex-cunt face roommate's pit bull. And Bailey was a very heavy-footed dog for a puppy, so I was hoping it was her, but I didn't hear anything. So I come out of my bedroom, I turn on all the lights on my way down the apartment to try to see where Bailey was. And as soon as I get to the bathroom door, Bree comes out. Cunt face number 1. And I'm like, please tell me Bailey is not in there with you. And she opens the door slightly, and Bailey's standing there, wagging her tail. And she's like, Bailey's not in here with me? And she was in there with her the whole time she was taking a shower. Because even Bailey's fur was wet, because she splashed her or something when she got out. I don't know what she did. Probably fucked the dog. I don't know. Sorry, passive aggressive. Carrying on. So Bailey was in there. I had no idea what it was. Both Buttons and Smokey were on the bed. It was late at night. Joe was at work. There was nothing else in that house that could have... Hold on. My dog's gonna bark. Go. You're gonna do it. Wasting video time. Okay. There was nothing else in the house that could have done that. And even Joey had saw it, or had seen it. Saw it, seen it, saw. Nikki saw it. Joe never ever saw the ghost cat or heard the ghost cat, which is a shame because it was a very calming presence. It wasn't scary. It wasn't mean. I mean, it wasn't malevolent, but it wasn't malevolent. It was just very calming and loving. Like the feeling that you get when you're around an animal and you like animals. Sadly, I don't see this apparition anymore. It was one that I actually enjoyed seeing. Even though I didn't know exactly what or who this cat was, I knew it wasn't like a demon taking shape or like taking the form of something else. It was a very, very calming and happy feeling. When I first started seeing it, I did get scared here and again, and like, I know this is going to sound weird, but it kind of sounded like a cat laughing. I know a lot of people are going to say maybe that's possibly demonic, but it wasn't like, usually when it's demonic, you get a bad feeling around it, or bad shit happens, or stuff like that. I never, ever, ever had this feeling with this spirit. It never felt demonic. It never felt evil. And I enjoyed seeing it. I would see that my other animals would be acting like they're interacting with something when there's nothing there. And they never seemed scared. They never seemed frightened. They always seemed like they were having a good time darting around, acting like they were either chasing something or being chased by something. even though we couldn't really necessarily see it, my animals saw something. They had like a little companion in this little ghost cat, and it was a very sweet little spirit. I believe that it was one of my uncle's cats that he had. He had three or four kittens when I was a kid, and one of them was named Angel. And sadly, Angel passed away because she caught pneumonia, and she wasn't really showing signs of it, so my uncle didn't know that she was sick. And by the time they did notice, and like the vet noticed and everything, it was too late, and they were gonna put her down, but she actually died before the date that they had planned to put her down. She died in the house. So I was assuming that's what it was. It looked like a grown-up cat, but the way it acted, it was like a familiar, like I'm a witch or something. I had a familiar. I wish I was a witch. You know the shit I would do if I had powers? People's lives would be hell, but mine would be amazing. That's all I'm saying. But who knows, maybe after you die, you continue aging. Maybe if you're, what the hell is on TV? Maybe if you have unfinished business, or maybe something was being held for you in the future, maybe you continue to age or something like that. I don't know. I just felt like it was a very familiar spirit. Like I said, it was very nice. It was very calming. I do miss seeing that spirit. It was a change from all the other spirits that I had encountered. Very mean and malicious spirits and stuff like that. It was just nice to have a nice spirit around. I definitely have a shit ton of more stories. Actually, saying that last part kind of made me think of another one that I might actually record right after this. But that's the story of the ghost kitty. Wherever that ghost kitty went, I hope it's resting now. I hope whatever business it had, it took care of, and it's in kitty paradise, wherever that may be, or at least resting happily somewhere. So, I think I'm gonna record the next one of what I'm thinking of before I lose it. This one is more malevolent. So, yeah. Subscribe and I guess like if you want to. I don't know, that's really up to you guys. I have a Facebook that if you want to share ghost stories on or talk about anything spiritual or just talk to me, facebook.com/itsmisfit on YouTube. You can message me there, post on the page if you like. So one of me wearing a corset, white wig, cap, that's the right one. So, yeah, I think I'll definitely get to that one, and sorry I keep rambling and saying and like and stuff like that. I don't script my videos, I just go as it comes to me. Alright guys, bye-ish, sort of. If I record another video, then see you in a few seconds. Pa! Where's the stop? I should just leave my mouth on the damn stop.